In 15 minutes, the prompt is make a game that... I'm gonna keep it simple. We're gonna keep it simple today. Platforming. Platforming. It's not inspired by anything Pepe said. It's other than, we don't want Pepe to cry from this being too difficult of a challenge. So let's spare the negative tears and keep the happy ones by doing the platforming 15-minute game jam challenge. Let's get it started. Here we go. 15 minutes is up. It has begun. 15 minutes. Let's go. Oh my gosh. What have I done to myself? Okay, so we have to start. It's 14. It's at 14 now. We're now at 14 and we have to get going. Platforming. Platforming is the topic. I'll make sure I pin it in the chat. I'm totally confident. I feel great. Well, I didn't need that first minute. I did. I wish I had it badly. But here we are. All right, so it has begun. We have less than 15 minutes left. That means it needs to be a game pronto city. So game start and stuff like that. Let's get some platforms. Here's a platform right here. Guess what? There's already a platform. I will stamp down a puppet. I think that that's going to make it easier. Dreams is really generous about the way puppets can just be stamped in and they do stuff and you can just get going. If this were Unreal Engine, well, we'd have to do a few tricks because actually Unreal Engine doesn't even have a 2D template anymore. No, they deprecated the 2D template. So like Dreams, thank you for making it easy to just set some 2D movement. And now we're two-dimensional. Easy peasy. Not that a platformer has to be two-dimensional. Ooh, let's make a non-two-dimensional one. Okay, so it's not two-dimensional. Am I gonna regret that? Yeah. So this isn't the platformer puppet. So let's get the actual platformer puppet. Oh my gosh, there's only 15 minutes. Okay, here's this. What the hell? Is this my life? Okay, here we go. Putting this down. I feel like, did we just have an entire 45 minutes? We usually do an hour. So I'm like tripping out right now. Like, this is 15 minutes left because I had 45 before this, right? That's how this goes? No, it's not. All right, let's make sure we're on a grid here because if we're gonna be doing some platforming, we're gonna want it to be kind of gritty. So there's that, gritty. Okay, so there's that, that's wonderful. Let's scooch it. I think Pierogigon taught me. Pierogigon is a great contributor to the Hyper Game Dev universe, somebody who supports Hyper Game Dev at an amazing level. Thank you so much, Pierogigon. Someone who contributes their ideas, their brilliance, and one thing Rogi taught me is that maybe 1 or 2 blocks high is about enough for this. Let's see if that is true, or if Rogi was lying to me. Not at all. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, look at that. We basically got a game. So I'm going to keep it. I mean, we really have to keep it dumb simple here. So I'm going to give myself a little challenge to jump around on, but we're not going to go too wacky doodle here. Oh, okay. Apparently we did make it difficult. We made it quite difficult. Okay. Excellent. There's that. Now we got that. So we already have a lot here. Let's just add a finish line. So I'm really gonna make this super stupid simple because that's the only way this is gonna work. So if I want this to be a win one, I'm gonna just make some checkerboards, some checkerboardism. Okay, those were words. Let's say black and white alternating. Cool, that doesn't look like black that much. Okay, so maybe, okay, cool. So why don't I just make this whole thing white first? Oh, and we accidentally undid everything. Great start. No, it's fine. Look, we're good. That's the beauty of Dreams. Actually, that isn't the beauty of Dreams, but there are many beauties that Dreams has. I don't know that the undo button really counts as one of those beauties. But I will tell myself anything to be somewhat sure that maybe we're going to be okay here. Okay, so this is going to be a checker. Okay, maybe a little over. Maybe that's not bad. And then, oh. Okay, so that's a terrible because it's not a square, right? So that'll have to be good enough. Look, if it communicates that it's a finish line, we've done our job. Great. What is that? That's the finish line. You can't tell? Well, that's on you. Look at that. Okay, that looks pretty bad. I'm gonna keep it real. That does look bad. Let's fix it up a little bit. Yeah, just make a little bold on the edges, and then it's irrefutable. Because, you know, we might rotate it, so let's just keep it. Let's make sure all the sides look nice and good. Get it all even. I'm gonna give this is the most effort I'm putting into anything on this whole thing. Well, maybe not. Okay, cool. Wait, let's do this. Whoop. God knows, we're probably changing the blocks. No, it looks great. Actually, it looks fantastic. Great work. So let's make this mean something. I'm going to put a trigger zone on here, and Media Molecule set up the puppets to already have a little win condition built in. So we're going to use that because, well, we don't have a lot of time, and this is going to help us. So here we go. I'm going to have it look for a tag. The trigger zone is going to look for a tag. What tag is that? That tag is level complete right there. So it's going to look for a tag, level complete, and when that happens, it's actually going to trigger something in the puppet, which is super cool. And in the puppet, what you'll see is a tag hooked up to a boop, a little animation where it goes, "Yay, I did it!" And that's pretty much what it does. But it's helpful because it saves you a little bit of extra time. Now we're also going to want to say when you hit the finish line, let's hang out there for just a little bit. Let's say 5 seconds is a little long. Let's do 2.7. 2.7 seconds, and then it will exit us out of this level. Dude, let's do multiple levels. That's right, we can do multiple levels. What do we care? I mean, it's super simple, so it's not that big a deal. Okay, so there's a doorway. That's an exit. Everything's great. We're going to say that when this timer is full, then this door opens up. What else? 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 Let's put a message up here. We don't need a message. No, we don't need a message. This is good. Literally, this is enough. All right, let's check it out. Whip. Joop, joop, joop. Oh. Okay, so I did forget to hook the timer up to the trigger zone. So then it just ended the level right away. Not ideal. So let's go to the trigger zone output, and when it's detected, so that's this right here, detected, we're gonna have it start the timer at that point. Okay, here we are. We're chilling. We can live here. I would like to force possess the puppets so we don't have to get in there. That is a little far away. Might be a bit far away for us. Well, while we're here, let's go into the force possession situation. Set that up. And what that just does is, I don't know why Dreams does this, but it has you choose who you want to play as right off the bat. But we don't want to do that. We want to right away be what we want to be. Okay, but then we want to also add another platform in here, so that way we can actually get to the finish line. All right, there we go. Yep, whoop, hiya, yippee-doo, and we die. Wait, okay, so we might need to make the trigger zone a little smaller, so that way we don't win before we actually land on the platform, since platforming is the point of platforming. Hey, I'm just trying to speak truth here. Okay, so let's shrink it down, and we'll just make sure it's in all these edges. So there's not a chance that we accidentally hit it if we didn't fall on top of it and land successfully. All right, so there's that. Now we should actually have it. Hey, this is it, right? We got to test it. We got to adjust, see how it goes. I mean, we're doing the dang thing. Oh, shoot, you little baby. Come on. Hey, look at that little short baby puppet. Stop it. Grow up. Okay, here we go. It's fine. Look, I'm bad at platforming, all right? I didn't say I was bad at making games, but I am bad at platforming. Okay, so I am noticing that it's not detecting our tag, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why it's not detecting the tag is because the tag is on the puppet microchip. The puppet microchip is down here on the ground, and I have a feeling that that tag is just outside of its reach. So let's drag this down, and hopefully we will see, yep, there it goes. So immediately it got detected, see? So it just wasn't quite reaching the tag. All right, so let's get back into test. We set it up, we test, and we do it again. And we die, because that's part of it. And we die, because that's part of it. And we die. Okay, here we go. We live. We live! Little baby puppet, you must live for me. Huh? Okay, great. Win! Yay! Excellent. Game end. Beautiful. Okay, great. That's level 1. We did it. Save it. Bam! 5 minutes to spare. Okay. So this is gonna be game. It doesn't matter. Guess what? It doesn't matter. Sudden Dev Platform 15. There you go. Bam. Name. Okay, and then we're going to save it real time, unlist it, because we will unlist, that is to say, make public so everyone can know what we've done. We will add it as the dream form into a public situation. But of course, when we're done. So there's one level. We're just going to make a bunch of levels. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to save it just as it is. We can get one more level. We can at least get one more, maybe 2 if we're lucky. So this is Game Jam Game. Simple platformer. I mean, come on. That's all it is. It's a simple, I don't know if it is simple to play, but it's simple to understand as a game. Let's just not even save it online. Okay, great. So we did that. Let's remix this level into another level. So that's super good. Now what are we gonna do? So we need to change up the level a little bit. I'm just gonna redo all of these. Let's innovate. Now we can just have fun. Now we're just here to have fun. Who needs more than 15 minutes to get to just quickly, like, look, if your genre is simple enough as platforming, then it kind of makes sense. Okay, so but if it's a little bit more complex, yeah, okay, you can't just get up and running in 15 minutes, but we can. We decided to make it easy on ourselves. Now, I don't know how possible this is gonna be. Not sure what we're making, but you know, we'll find out. Scooch this back so that way it's a little longer. It's a little harder this time. I'm really not thinking too hard about this. Okay, so let's try this. See what this is like. I barely thought. Okay, and it shows. Do we have double jump? No. I'm not gonna enable it. Hell no. No double jump for you. Okay, oh, there we go. Wow, 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 wow. It's like changing the way I think about games. I thought I knew what a platformer was, but today it changed because I realized, I mean, this is pretty much just like any other platformer I've ever played. There's really nothing special about it. But I feel a deeper connection to the idea of platforming now that I have done this in such a short amount of time. Okay, so there's this. I will say, I think what I'm impressed about myself with, I mean, there's many things, but this is definitely more difficult on some level. Well, this level, but on some metaphorical level, I do feel like I am well demonstrating how to scale difficulty. I mean, come on, the progression. That is a little harder than the last one. Tell me it isn't. All right, so we're just gonna keep it, we're not even gonna name it something special. Keep it stupid simple. Go ahead, take your time. Yep, finish up. And then remix it. Make another one. Let's make another level. What do we need? Not 15 minutes? No, we only need 15 minutes. Okay, here we go. Dear golly. Okay, so this is totally fine. This is honestly, if I can take this energy into every sudden dev I ever do in the future, I'm gonna be wildly successful at it because this attitude I do not have. I am not up and running this quickly on the 30, 45 hour long ones. I'm like, you know, still thinking about my game or like, well, how is this gonna work? Is this gonna be viable? In this case, I'm just like, screw viability. Let's just make sure, well, not screw viability, but we'll just make sure that right off the bat, it is viable. I mean, all we need, I know, right? I've used Dreams before. This isn't a platform I'm unfamiliar with. If this was a game engine I haven't used very much or I'm still learning, yeah, okay, this would be a pain. So there's only 1 minute left. Yo, there's 1 minute left! But as someone who is quite familiar with Dreams, this is This is the way to go. Just approaching something that I definitely know how to do, and I don't have to experiment. There's not a lot of experimenting. I mean, I am kind of experimenting right now when it comes to platform distances and what makes a platformer platform. Yeah, this one is definitely not harder than the last one. Only in so much as it's a little less possible, but this does make it longer. Okay, so here we go. We need to hurry up because we got 15 seconds. There's 15 seconds left in the 15-minute jam. Save it. Don't test it. Just trust it. Trust that it is enough. Save it. 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. You're done. Time is up. You're done. Package up your game, all right? I'll give you time to package it up. You only have as much time as it takes me to package this up, all right? All right, and then we're done. We're goody done shoes. Wow. Okay, so we'll have this lead to that one, this one lead to that one, and then this will just have exit the dream once you beat it. Once you beat it, you beat it, and you won. You did a good job. There you go. Congratulations. You're a champion. Is this the right remix? Is this the right one? It's not. Woof, that was close. We almost wired them up wrong. Yeah, that would have sucked because the progression would have been messed up. I mean, that was the main feature here, was our amazing progression that we built. So, like, yeah, I'm gonna, like, do a good job with it. All right, there we go. Bam. Done. Save it. Oof. Got a little messy at the end there. All right. You're done. We're all done. We're all done. Done. Stop. Stop. Okay. I'm not stopped yet. Hold on. Almost stop. Almost stop. Okay. Hold on. Let me just do this one thing. Let me just make it sick. I gotta see a single player. I might as well say it's a platformer. Okay. Fine. I won't. I won't say it's a platformer. Okay. We're done. We're done for real. You're done. Put down your pens. Put down your swords. Put down your whatever you use. Probably your controllers. You're probably using a controller. If you're with us, you're probably using a controller. We're done. The 15-minute game jam is over. It's over. I'm sorry, but today it ends. It's over. Now, did you manage to make something? I don't know. Let's see what we made. Let's play the game. Let's play the game. Time is up, y'all. If you can, start sending me your stuff. Send it to me. Share it with me. Collab me in. Whatever it is that makes you feel most comfy. Level 1. Jabam! Down. Beaten. Works. Here we are. Level 2. Oh, it's a game. Oh, I think it's a game. Here we go. Oh, crap. It's not an easy game. See? We even made a game with some challenge. And not that kind of challenge that makes you mad at it for being cheap. No. This is fair challenge. Fair game, fair challenge. Wow. Wow. I'm very proud of myself. I am extremely proud of myself. I feel good about this. Okay, here we are. 3rd level. We made it. Okay, we died. Well, it's a 3rd level. It should be very difficult. It would be wrong for... Okay, that was a mistake on my part. But that makes sense. That makes sense. It should be difficult, because it is the 3rd level. We have difficulty scaling. Oh gosh, I actually never tested this one. I think it'll work though. I think we learned a lot making those first 2 levels about what's gonna work. And we did. Bam! Beaten. Game. Total game. Awesome. Wow. Good job. Yay! I don't know. I guess I felt there was never a point where I thought I wasn't going to manage to work it out. Okay, I will say I did figure that this was going to work out. I will also say that I was not exactly sure. I was not exactly sure. I mean, how can you be? It hasn't happened yet. I could not know for absolute sure whether it was going to fail or not. Is that a hand washing emoji? Did you just give me a hand washing emoji of applause? A round of hand washing? Thank you. Thank you for that, Entropy. That is kind of thoughtful. All right, we got some submissions. I think we're gonna be okay. All right, let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. Danny Kaka was the first one to get something in, and it is Run Kaka Run. Look at that. Can we just, for a second, appreciate this beautiful... So you may not know this, but Danny Kaka is the baby in that picture. Danny Kaka is a streamer and is a YouTuber and makes content, and this is an avatar, this little head that Danny uses, but it's not just any baby. That is Danny baby. And it is now our character. I love that. Well done. 15-minute game jam. When you only have 15 minutes, reusability is a way to go. I couldn't agree more. Oh my gosh, you used someone else's level. That's so awesome. You kit bashed. Now that's well done. Oh man, you da baby. You da baby. Wow. That is such a great, I love that. I feel like that doesn't happen enough in sudden dev, where we kit bash a game. I mean, that's still nice. That's not against our rules. Very cool. Cute, cute baby. Oh yeah. Oh shoot, oh okay, jeez. That timer's like a go. Oh my God, this is pretty good. This is a good level. Look, I'm surviving, I don't even die. I love that. Now this may have been like already made by somebody, and Danny literally basically just stamped it in. But guess what? That's not to be scoffed at. That's not to be scoffed at all. Because somebody has to do that. You had to build that in. Now, question I have, Danny. Did you get to add anything in here that besides the puppet? Like, do you feel like the puppet, is that everything? So Entropy thinks that it was just the head. I don't know. Oh, Danny says, yep, that's it, just the head. You know, I'm not mad. Why would I be? It was 15 minutes. It took you 10 minutes to find the right level. See, now that's legit. That's legit. I mean, come on. Now, if you in the future, see, I'm bad at platforming. If you in the future need to make a platforming level quick, and you don't even have to build it, like, you know now how to search a little. I like how I waited for the fire to become dangerous, and then I walked into it. I was like, I think I'm going to wait until it'll hurt me, and then I'll go into it. It's just kind of a tactic that I was working with, and I'm proud of the results. Yep, it's okay. When there's not fire, it's safe. I keep jumping over it, but it's okay. If there's not fire, you're safe. Oh, criminy! Back at the beginning? No checkpoints? Dang. Let's check out a little bit more about this level. Yeah, let's learn. Let's learn what exactly is it that Danny managed to scrape together. I mean, after all, there's something to be said about searching and finding. Platform 2D Remix Test by Sundido. Wow. I don't even know who this person is. I'll make sure I give them a follow. They make some cool levels. Let's see what they did. They used it in a game called Bulb in Burba Collection. Wow, sounds like a great game. Oh yeah, look, there it is. That's... Now look, Danny's move's a little different. I feel like the puppet was like lighter on its feet. So tell me Danny didn't make some changes, and I call you a liar. Look at that. That's a little clunkier. It actually is easier to play. This is actually a lot easier. So therefore, Danny just made a more difficult version. All right, great work, Danny. You did a great job. You did a great job because you identified your limitations. You said, there's no way I, Danny Kaka, am gonna make a game in 15 fucking minutes. It's not gonna happen. Ain't gonna work. Let me just take this other thing and put my head on it. Brilliant. Because you took the circumstances and you did the best you could. I think that is actually a total win. All right, so that's Danny Kaka's Run, Kaka Run. Soapy hands to you. I'm glad you're leaning into it. You deserve that. All right, we've got from Pepe. 3 of you actually did it. Wow, good for y'all. Faded template, all right, Pepe. Faded template temple. Regarding Danny's game, Yeah Brown says, copy the homework, but change something. So it's not quite the same. Hey, Tried and true. Tried and true. But legit. But legit. All right. So Pepe made fatted. I'm obsessed with that. Fatted template temple from Pepe. Not faded template temple. Fatted. I just want to make sure we understand the lingo going in. Let's see what it's like. 15 minutes by Pepe. Get to the exit. Okay. Hey, used, and I see that templates, y'all, and so that's 2 of you so far, went right to templates. I think that says a lot. It says a lot about the value of the templates that Dreams provides. And you can still put your own little twist on it. I think that there's something to be said about that. All right, here we go. We've got some pots. Why not? Hey, this is legit. Look at this. You built a level. Wait, you didn't remix nothing. Good for you. Not that Danny did anything wrong by remixing, but this is nice. This is nice. We got some unique stuff here. Whoop. Wow, you actually got some, this is kind of interesting. Look at this. We got like a little wall to climb up here. You created atmosphere? Pepe, this is great. Wait, how much? Look at that. You didn't even add anything but the templates. It's only by you. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's a platformer, right? Like, it's not like, you know, you spent all the time that you've spent making your Sonic characters and making them spin dash, which, by the way, is very difficult to do. This is, you focused on the aesthetics. You made a very simple 1 level, get from the beginning to the end, here are the different steps. And you added some interesting, like, twists and turns, some different ambiance. I really, really like that. Yes, some music, that would add to the atmosphere. I couldn't agree more. And, you know, that would be a pretty easy thing to stamp in, too, you know? Maybe Pepe was only an extra minute away from stamping that in. Really, really beautiful. I mean, just these colors. The lighting. And I want to say that the arrangement that you did here is also really nice. I mean, we can see the end. It's that little like it's in the image preview. The why can't I think of the name of it? The torch is in the preview. We know it's get to the exit, so we can see it from right here. I mean, this has some really very nice fundamental level design principles going on. Very impressed with that. Here we go. We're making it. We're getting there. So this barely used the template. I mean, this didn't use any more of a template than I used, right? Like, I used the level complete thing where it jumps up in the air. Whoop. I used the platformer puppet. You know, the only thing, I just didn't add I made my own finish line. That's pretty much the only difference. And look at this amazing vibe you created. Very, very, very impressive. I really like this. I'm playing it one more time. I just want to admire like what you did in 15 minutes. Like, if you made like 5 more of these, like, I mean, that would be a very decent platforming game. You know, you could add a little story, just add some narrative. Just have like some little speech bubbles and about how this is a forgotten realm and you are trapped here because your family is turned into fire sparks. So sparks of fire, those sparks that were in there are actually the relatives right up in there. So those are the relatives. So they're in this forgotten realm where fire is people. And so now we're here exploring the Forgotten Realm, trying to reunite with our family and seeing the ashes of previous family members who didn't quite get rescued. That's the fog. That's the ashes of dead people. So we just see, come on, that was wacky. But you have to admit, you kind of were vibing with it. You kind of were. Awesome work. Just such great work, Pepe. Love it. Very nice. Total utter game and only 15 minutes. Not too bad. All right. So we've got one from Pierogi Gon. Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, it is basically from scratch. Like, there's, just like me, just like you, there are some reliance on things that were already made. But the composition, the arrangement of everything, completely unique and thoughtful. It's thoughtful, right? I think if you, what I made, here's what I made, right? I kind of took thought out of it. I said, okay, let's just slap down platforms and we jump on them and then we get to the end, right? That was as far as I went. But because I was afraid of being thoughtful, I was afraid of if I started thinking about aesthetics and making it look nice, I was going to run out of time. But Pepe said, I'm going to make something extremely impressive, even with this short time frame. Just so beautiful, you know? I'm just so impressed. Really, really gotta hand it to you for doing something so amazing. All right, moving on. We have one more 15-minute entry. If you are enjoying this and you think we're doing a good job over here on YouTube, leave a thumbs up. It means a lot. All right. Grapple Swing. This one is by Pierogigon. Made in 17 minutes. I appreciate the honesty. Well, shoot, I feel like I should update mine. Maybe like say 16 minutes. Give or take. R2 to swing. R2 to swing. We've already got a scoreboard. You got a scoreboard? That's impressive. 63 is the score to beat. Let's see what happens. All right. We got a... Oh, well. All right, then. Okay. All right. Disqualified. No, 17 minutes. It's a 15-minute game jam. You cheated. Nah, it's fine. Who cares? All right, here we go. So there's a timer that happens. We have to, we gotta swing before we're out of time. I see. One button game. Hey, high score. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Yep. Oh, nice. So this is using, now, hold on. Now I want to see if this is using assets you made before. Grapple Swing. Wait, did you just, I think you just made this. Wow. Yeah, this was made today. This was just made. Yo, Rogi made this mechanic in 17 minutes. In 17 minutes, Rogi made this mechanic. Okay, so you press R2 and it rotates you around this little orb. And it works. It works. I just got to be good at it. And it's like invisible platforming. Wait, you followed, not only, Rogi, did you follow the prompt, but you subverted the prompt. This is amazing. Okay, so I got a good score. So what is my score based on? Okay, so is my score those numbers? Let me, what is my score? Okay, so here we go. We're swinging. The numbers on the left are definitely, as a rhythm game. Yo, because of these dots, right? These dots really do look like rhythm game dots. Oh, I like that. Good call, sir. Pierogi says, you try to swing as far as you can from the start. Oh, Cerberus Jin was already on top of that. Okay. Oh, so that's your distance. So that number is how far you've gone. Yeah, I know. I was like, it's just, wait a minute, Rogi. Did you prank us? Is this just nonsense? Okay, so can you get further during the level? I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna try to swing further. Yep. Ooh. So maybe too, if I get, okay. So Rogi got 63. That was the score that Rogi got. Oh. Okay, I feel like I did get higher. What is my high score? Wait, what is my high score? My high score is 15. Yeah, that is the highest number I can get. You're out here getting 60 something? Oh my gosh. How did you do this? Oh, I just got 20 because I fell. I see. So it looks like it's basing it on how far you are from a certain point. So it's probably like right around like here or something. And then depending on how far you get from that point, will determine what your score is. Oh, there's more over there. Did you see that? Oh, so the balls really are the platforms. Oh, see, I thought it ended, but it doesn't. I just have to do better. I just have to get gooder. But see, I keep going the wrong direction. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Yup. Okay, okay. All right, whoop. Ooh. It's chaos. It's a bit of chaos. I'll be real with you. Okay. Yep. Yep. Oh my goodness. Good my gracious. I think this is a great game. I think this is a great game and I love it. Whoop. Oh, criminy blimey. Oh, 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 oh. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like a oh, whoop. Like a sort of like like a physics space simulation kind of thing, like orbits around planets. Try holding it for a short amount, enough to swing you forward but not swing all around. Look at you, Jin, you're already a pro. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, wait, how are you so good at this already, sir? Whoop. Hold it. Oh, you're right. Oh my gosh, pro tip. Yes. Dang. Jin, you're a genius. It's because of Little Big Planet game physics. So if some of you don't know who are watching this, Dreams, which is what we use to make the Jam games, is by the same game dev company that made Little Big Planet, which was a creative game that had lots of platforming. And, you know, I know Rogi did Little Big Planet, and, you know, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. That is amazing. You really, like, figured it out by just looking. And I'm sitting here just like a monkey pressing buttons. Oh. Oh man, now I'm in my head about it, and I'm just like making everything worse. Yup. Okay, here we go. Whoop. So just close enough to not go all the way around. Yup. Whoop. Whoop. Ah, poopity doopity. This is great. Look how much fun I'm having. I mean, the other ones, like mine, were platformers, right? You beat it, you win, game over. Or you lose and you give up. But this is really nice because this is kind of addictive, because I want to be better at it. Rogi has made more interesting and more complicated the challenge of has made more interested and complicated the challenge of platforming, has taken this whole new way of approaching platforming. And I just think that that's brilliant. Excellent work. Rogi, you nailed it. You all nailed it. You all nailed it. All right.